Hello and welcome to our 10th annual Dakota County event. My name is Beth Holger and I'm the CEO for the Link. I first want to thank all of you for spending the time out of your busy schedules to be a part of this event today. I also want to really thank our generous sponsors, including our title sponsor, Apple Autos. We have a short program for you today, followed by an important fund-a-need and a very fun silent auction with a lot of great items in it. Thanks to all of you who donated to that as well. While this event is so important in both raising awareness about youth homelessness, trafficking, and involvement in systems, it's also important to raise dollars for our Dakota County youth programs. We also want to take this opportunity to tell you about the Link. We have a short video that will give you more insight into the work that we do, followed by information from staff and youth about our Dakota County programs, which include our core drop-in center, our street outreach program, our suburban rapid housing program, and our caring permanent supportive housing program. Thank you all so much for all of your generous support of the youth and the young families we serve, and have a great time at the event.
First experienced homelessness when I was 18, going on 19.
I started off previously as a client here. I faced homelessness for about 2 to 3 years prior to that.
When I was younger, I had some really bad family problems. I was already into prostitution and drugs. I think I was smoking crack by like 11.
The Link is a youth and adult-led nonprofit based in North Minneapolis, but provide programming throughout the Twin Cities metro area in 3 areas. So we have juvenile justice alternative programs that help young people who are engaged in the justice system become further empowered to accomplish their other goals. We also have emergency shelter, housing, and supportive services for youth who have been victims of sex trafficking. And then we also have 7 housing programs for youth and young families that are experiencing homelessness, along with street outreach and a drop-in center. Throughout all of our programs, we really look at these young people as amazing, resilient young people who are going through some type of struggle in their life. And oftentimes it's due to poverty or neglect, child abuse. And so we want to figure out what that underlying reason is for them participating or engaging in juvenile crime and help resolve that and empower them. Because we know that they are amazing young people and they just need some extra support in their life to do the things that they really want to do.
The case manager from the Link came out every week and gave me food, gift cards, and just made sure I was okay and helped me wash my clothes, comb my hair, and just got me back to life.
I really wouldn't know where I would be if I hadn't known about the Link. I didn't really have a set goal in life. I was kind of just surviving. I didn't have any purpose and stuff. And coming here and having these connections and the support system and everything like that really helped me figure out what I want to do in life.
It helped me mentally become stronger, being able to provide for myself, being family-oriented as well, and networking and meeting really great people throughout the program.
I'm sober, so it's easier to live my everyday normal life. I can go to work, I can come to the Link, I can be happy, I can be involved with the youth, I can go to church if I wanted to.
We help intervene with a lot of very severe crises, oftentimes life crises that could have taken a youth's life. So in some chances we're really literally saving young people's lives. We also empower them and help strengthen them to fully realize the potential that they have, the great assets they are to our community, the goals that they have for themselves and really help them see beyond the current crisis that they're in. They do amazing, amazing things. We see young people go on to get their master's in social work sometimes and come back and provide therapy at the Link or become a member of our board of directors.
The Link is special to me because I was actually a young person that grew up in a family that faced a lot of barriers similar to the young people that we currently serve. So it's important for me to, in as many ways that I possibly can, inspire and encourage and empower people to do this type of work. And I think it's kind of fun to make this work cool. And once young people see that, it kind of helps them to move forward. I think it's awesome because we're youth and adult led, and so in the future I see the youth that we're serving, kind of running this place and making even bigger impacts across the globe.
It's changed me a lot because it's given me the confidence that like I have a voice and that like my opinion matters, and the fact that I've gone through things that other people can relate to. Kids that are hearing it from the people that work here, they might not want to hear it as much. They're like, oh, what do you know what you're talking about? I don't feel like listening to you. But if they hear it from me, somebody that's actually going through it, and I'm not just telling them something that I read in a book, they might receive the message better.
With the Link, the door is always open, and if you need them, they'll be there.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Plaster. I'm the program manager for the Link Core Drop-In. We work with 16 to 24-year-olds who are experiencing homelessness in Dakota County. If you walk on up the stairs, this is the first thing that you'll see, kind of this welcome sign. And we have comfy couches in here for young people. We also have food and water and frozen meals in here. If somebody has access to refrigeration, they can take some of these meals back to wherever they're staying. If they want to eat here, they can microwave it. We also have laundry in the corner. This is kind of where the youth hang out during our drop-in time. We are open Monday through Friday, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Youth can come in anytime and get whatever it is that they are in need of. This is the drop-in space where young people can get supplies and resources. This is our pregnant and parenting items, diapers, wipes, toilet paper. We also have safe sex supplies. This is our food shelf. Everything to be able to take a shower, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner. We have lockers for young people. They're accessible only to staff and that person. When you are experiencing homelessness, sometimes your things get lost in transit, so this is an important place where young people can keep their documents that are hard to replace. We have a little library that was donated from Apple Valley Library. Young people can come in and read some books. They can take them, they can bring them back, they can donate to the library. This is where we have our little kid area, so we can actually do work with the parents. We keep them distracted with some toys and coloring. We also have kids' clothes and other items for them. And then clothing for our young people. The stuff that is hanging up is kind of our nicer interview job specific clothes in case young people are trying to find jobs. So on top of the drop-in center where young people can come 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock Monday through Friday, get whatever it is that they're in need of, we also are the access point for Dakota County youth, which means that if someone is experiencing homelessness, and when we talk about homelessness, it could be anything from couch hopping to staying outside, to staying in a shelter, to riding the buses all night, to engaging in survival sex for places to stay. We have a wonderful assessor who does housing assessments with young people to try to figure out what types of services they're eligible for. and then gets them added on to the priority list for housing. And then we have a wonderful case manager who pretty much does everything after assessment until a young person is able to become housed. That could be connections to mental health, physical health, sexual health, education, employment, getting their vital documents, making sure that they have all of their warrants cleared up, any immigration issues. If you can think of it, she probably does it. And then we also have an amazing outreach team, which will literally meet young people where they are at, out and about in the community. We cover the whole of Dakota County, and there are parts of Dakota County that does not have access to public transportation. So we never tell the young people to try to figure out how to get here. We will do our best to be able to get to them. Yeah, so I would say that one of the biggest struggles that we have being out in Dakota County is that a lot of people believe that homelessness is a metro issue and that it doesn't happen out in wealthier areas. We worked with over 100 youth last year, and they came to the drop-in center over 500 times. We have young people who, this is the only time that they're inside, is when they come to the drop-in center, when they come to our program to receive services. Unfortunately, homelessness is an issue that does not discriminate based on geographic location. We have youth who are just as in need of housing and other services in West St. Paul, in Inver Grove, in Hastings as Minneapolis and St. Paul. I would say that some of the top needs that we have are flexible funding, so that when youth come in and they have that very specific need, we can actually go and purchase that thing for them. For example, we had a young person who got a really awesome job in construction, but he needed $90 to buy a pair of steel-toed boots. We got him those steel-toed boots, and he was actually able to self-resolve his homelessness because of this great paying job. If we didn't have the funding to do that, I don't know that that would have happened. I see our job as keeping youth as safe as they can possibly be in the unsafe situations that they are staying in. The ability to give a young person a gas card who is sleeping in their car in the winter can literally be the difference between life and death. And I really do mean that, because they need to start their cars in order to remain warm. We can give them, you know, as many blankets and pillows and everything in order to stay safe, but that gas card can keep them warm, and it can also get them back here so that they can get more supplies. It can get them to work, where they can work on being able to, you know, gain more income to maybe self-resolve their homelessness, or to be able to supply them with other things that they're in need of. So this program would not be possible without the amazing partners and individual contributions that everybody, including yourself, is making every single day to make sure that the lights stay on and we are able to continue to operate despite the fact that we have a global pandemic that is happening. Now more than ever is the time that we need support to keep young people off of the streets, so that they can remain safe and healthy.
Hey, so I'm Zach. I'm the Street Outreach Program Manager here at the Link. I was previously out at CORE a couple of years ago. Been doing street outreach since 2009. Started my first outreach job as a peer outreach worker, which meant that I was a young person that experienced homelessness here in Minnesota. Had stayed in shelter, gone through the system, got stably housed, and then was able to kind of thrown into the field and to figure it out. But I learned that I really loved kind of system navigation and just kind of helping young people kind of get in the door when they're ready for the door to be open. We have 3 outreach workers that are dedicated to our suburban Dakota County areas. Outreach workers are the people that are kind of in the mobile in the community, often kind of the first contact with young people that have never heard of, drop-in centers, shelters. Mom kicked me out, I don't know where to go. We carry these big green bags full of supplies that we give out for engagement, to kind of build trust, to meet people's basic needs. We help out with transportation, food. We're making referrals into shelters. Our work in Dakota County is a little trickier because of the lack of available shelter beds compared to the Twin Cities. So we're often kind of crisis planning with people. Can we get you a gas card so that you can stay warm through the night as you sleep in your car? Or can we help you get some groceries to go stay at a buddy's house for the evening while you're waiting for your name to come up on the housing list, or for a shelter bed to become open, or for one of our case managers at the drop-in center to have availability to take on their caseload. So outreach exists because we, again, we're kind of the first point of contact often for young people. You can tell someone that there's a drop-in center in Apple Valley, but they might not believe you or trust you, or they might not understand the difference between it's in a church, but it's not a church. So, outreach workers are able to just kind of bridge that gap. We bring young people into programs, and then we bring programming to people that aren't going to come in. We know that there's young people that homeless kid in Hastings is not gonna, it's just not practical for people to come to Apple Valley to get services. So we're able to do that stuff out in the community. We can do the housing assessments, we can meet their basic needs. There's not much we can do about the lack of showers in Hastings, but we can, have those conversations. We're the safety net for people, for young people. We're really good at showing that we can do our job, which is, again, connecting them to that resource. And so if they hit a snag, or that turns out the resource isn't helpful, they often come back to us and say, hey, this didn't work, what's another alternative? And so we're happy to have those ongoing conversations with people to figure out how to best meet their needs, versus thinking that there's going to be a one-size-fits-all for everybody. So we get a lot of crisis calls, and there's always this huge sense of urgency, which is very valid, because homelessness is traumatic and hard. One of the first things we do is we ask kind of, are you safe in the moment? And if the answer is yes, then we try and slow things down a little bit and establish, like, what can we help you with today, or what can we help you with tomorrow, and then kind of what's the goal for 2 months from now. And sort of kind of walking with young people during that process, and again, kind of building trust, and just helping them get from point A to point B to point C. Awesome. So all of our outreach workers are StreetWorks certified outreach workers, which means they go through 2 weeks of classroom training, a whole bunch of shadow shifts, a whole bunch of kind of checks off the box that they have to meet in order to earn a green bag. A green bag is what we carry in the community so that young people can identify us. It means that we're safe people to talk to, and then it's full of free stuff that we give out. So, one of the most popular things, of course, is going to be the condoms. Everyone carries different stuff, but this is my bag. Rain ponchos, hygiene kits, underwear, face masks, socks, bug spray for when we're in the woods. Laundry detergent's usually pretty popular. Duct tape. Never go wrong with duct tape. Yeah, that's basically a sampling of my bag. Also usually carry water, Gatorade, snacks. And then again, we have a storage space, so we're responding to specific requests for like a tent or things that can't fit in a bag. We'll always just, stop by our outreach space and grab it. So.
The Suburban Rapid Rehousing and Care and Programs Manager, and this is
Marco.
Hey, and welcome to one of our shared houses.
on in. I'll give you guys a tour. Hi, this is Markel. Follow me at one of our shared houses at the Link. This is one of the community centers where we sit once a month and do meetings. We have games that Xbox isn't here right now, but we also have board games. There's bowling. There's a big table, nice bright views. It's very homey in here. Going to the kitchen. There's a kitchen area. There's snacks. There's even a snack cupboard when people don't have food or whatever. You can come over here and get some snacks out of the cupboard. There's cereal. You got Cheerios, coconut, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, all those flavors. It's great. I don't know what's next. Alrighty, and this is one of our bedrooms here. It's nice and cozy. You got good sunlight. Ceiling fan in case you get hot. There's even a TV. Set up our goals here for the week so we can stay focused on what we want to accomplish. And yeah, that's about it.
So within our suburban housing programs, we have two different models that help our clients stay successful within their housing. One is shared housing, which we're at right now. And in shared housing, folks that come in here usually are working through barriers that would normally would not help them be successful out in the apartments, which is scattered site for us. And so when they come here, we're working through any like legal, criminal things, or maybe it would be some mental, developmental, or any kind of thing that's holding them back from getting approved in the community. And so we office out of here and we meet with them more regularly to ensure that what they have here, after they leave, they will be successful wherever they go. And then we have scattered site, which Markel is going to talk about.
Scattered site's more of like an independent sort of living. I have an apartment that's in the community not far from here. I have somebody that meets with me once a week to check up on my goals, make sure that I have food, that I'm okay, mentally stable. But besides that, I take care of mainly myself on my own. I take out my own trash, I do my own cleaning, my own laundry. It's basically my own place. They just help me out as far as like financial, helping me get a job and staying focused with my goals. The reasons why I think this program needs to exist is because some kids, they don't have the right guidance, or they don't have the right parents or parental vision to help them guide their way through the world. And sometimes you just need that step, especially when you're young, like 18, 19. I know that I didn't have the world figured out at all, and the Link helped me out a lot as far as like helping me get off the streets and get focused and start eating better and just treating myself better all around. It's helped me a lot with everything, with all aspects of my life. Before the Link, I had, a rough past. I was homeless since I was 16, so that 5 years. I'm 21 now, so it's been 5 or 6 years. I had to sleep on buses and trains and whatnot. It wasn't an enjoyable experience, but ever since I met Brittany and the team at the Link, they helped me out a lot. They gave me the guidance and the steps that I needed to do to get into housing, and they kept me on track ever since then, and I really appreciate everybody at the Link. I really do. When I first got into the program, they helped me a lot with just like basic hygiene needs. Like they bought me soap, they gave me a mop and a vacuum and cleaning supplies and dish soap, and just like the basic essentials that I needed. They gave me, groceries for the first week. Chu's always kind when he texts me or he calls me. He asks me how I'm doing. And just touch base. They're not really always on your heels about stuff, but they do want you to stay focused on your goals and get your goals done. And they're really just a support. They're like that. They're like a parent figure if you need a parent figure, I guess. It's more guidance. I messaged the Link on Facebook through a friend reference that had also been in the Link, and somebody had gotten in contact with me, and then we had scheduled a meeting the next week, and then it was probably like 30 days from there, and then I met with Brittany and them. They got me a housing coordinator, and then probably like a a week or it was probably like a month from that, and then I was put into housing. It was actually really quick. Hi guys, we're asking you for donations. We're trying to get $20,000 here so we can keep the program up and running and keep people housed and safe and off the streets.
The reason that we do this is that we really, really do believe in our heart of hearts that one day we will work ourselves out of a job. That's the goal. We want to end youth homelessness in Dakota County, and then we go to a different county, and we end youth homelessness there, and then we go to a different county, and then before you know it, there's just no homeless youth in Minnesota. That is the ultimate goal, because when a young person comes in, all of the shelters are full. We've called around. We're closing at the end of the day, and we're walking outside, and that young person doesn't know where they're gonna go. We don't ever want somebody to need to make the decision about what they're going to do in that kind of situation. If they're going to trade sex for a place to stay, if they're going to take their chances on the street, if they are going to go back to an abusive relationship. Nobody should ever have to make those decisions. It's not a fair decision. And hopefully one day youth won't need to make those decisions.